Oh, sorry. What, did we start?
Yeah.
You don't say 2 or 1, right? So anyway, I bought this new Sonic game, and I went to 2 different Walmarts to try to find a copy of it. And it's called Sonic Mania, but I thought it was like the original, like 3 games, but it's like a new game.
Oh.
In the style of the old games.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, it is cool, and you can like cheat the shit out of it, or the stuff out of it, like I did, or like you can with the original one, like where you put the codes in and put it in debug mode. So it was a nice touch.
Dude,
that game's impossible without that.
That Christmas that I got my Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog as the main game when you bought it as the bundle package was like one of my best memories of Christmas besides getting my Nintendo with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt as a Christmas present.
Yeah.
And the same year that I got my Sega Genesis, my friend Aaron, whose parents had split up a few months earlier, both of them were trying to win his affection. And so he got one Sega Genesis at his dad's, and then his mom got him a Sega Genesis. So Aaron got 2 Sega Genesises.
What?
Or Genesi? What's the multiple of Genesis?
2 Genesi.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, I couldn't picture this. You know what song that's from?
What is that from?
Juicy.
It's Biggie Smalls. Yeah.
Sega does what Nintendo don't. It's funny though that I'm playing Sega games on my Nintendo Switch though.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I think it's I think Sega Genesis was the last video game system that my parents bought for me. I think everyone after that I bought myself.
Yeah.
And actually, the last video game that my parents bought for me was NBA Jam. My mom scoured the city looking for that game. And then because I'm nice, I loaned NBA Jam to Marjorie Moore in junior high. Never saw the game again.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's too bad.
I friend requested Marjorie Moore many, many years ago, and I did it. I was like, hey, you still have my NBA Jam game? And
yeah.
And that was a no?
And that was a no, but whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder what happened to it.
I don't know.
You're like, you should have looked up the value of it and then said, well, you owe me like $45.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is you got. I worked at a video game store from 1997 to 2000, and NBA Jam was one of those games that was worth like 5 cents on a trade-in, because everybody on the planet had that game and then traded it in. You know, because it's NBA Jam, it gets old after a while.
Yeah, I had it.
Yeah, everybody had it.
How about Mcgrath Supercross? You guys have that?
No.
I don't think so.
Versus Excite Bike? That was like late 80s.
I think
I had Excite Bike.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have Excite Bike on Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's one of mine that I actually have.
I have RC Pro-Am.
I've got both of them on regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
I still play it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Nats in 16 when I bought that fake Nintendo and brought a couple games from home? I was really worried that they were going to disappear, but Excite Bike was one of them.
Yeah.
But I was toiling the idea of bringing RC Pro-Am 1 and 2, but I was kind of worried that somebody would be like, not that I think any of our RC people would steal from us, but I was like, at the same time, I'm like, if these go away, I'll probably not ever see another one of those ever again. So I didn't bring it, but I have both of them. I get them out every once in a while. RC Pro-Am is one of the most frustrating games on the planet, though, when you get deep into it. Yeah. Because the computer is just cheater. They're just super cheater mode. You'll be driving along doing really good, and then all of a sudden they blow you up with one of those stupid missiles.
Yeah. Yeah, I found RC Pro-Am the first one at an electronics Goodwill for $3.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I don't remember where I got it. I think somebody gave it to me.
How old is that?
RC Pro-Am?
Yeah.
Got to be like 87, 88 when the first one came out. I think the second one came out towards the end of the Nintendo run. But yeah. It's fun to have that in Excite Bike. Excite Bike's pretty fun for a short period of time.
I played that for days.
Do you have the Losi game for Sony or this PlayStation?
No, but let me tell you, before we get started and we introduce David Olson over here, I worked at a video game store, and that game came out while I was working in the video game store, and I made a big deal out of it, and we got in like one copy, and I was living on my own, and I was working at a video game store for like $7.25 an hour or something like that. So I didn't buy the game. I waited for somebody to trade it in so that I could play the game without having to buy it. And I played the game. It took like 3 days for that game to come in as a trade-in. And I started to play the game, and I was like, this is stupid. Because it's not what I expected. I was like, oh, cool, an RC car game. And I was expecting some sort of RC anything, and it wasn't. You were like driving this stupid looking car, and there's these giant dandelions, and I was like, what scale is this car supposed to be? Like 132nd or something? Like, what's going on? So I don't know. I didn't, and I ended up not purchasing the game, not even for the fact that it said Team Losi on it. I just was like, nah, I'll pass. I bought Rallycross instead. That's an awesome game. If you want to race something on original PlayStation, that was one of the better racing games.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing? Oh, I know what we're doing. This is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex, and with me as always,
Will Brenton.
And we have a special guest in here. He was in here doing some, you know how we do those promos with the pivot landing brake during this. He was in here earlier today doing that, and now he's with us.
Yeah.
And he got scolded right away because the mic wasn't close enough to his face.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid all of this, like here.
Right, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. You're wearing white. Who cares?
I should have wore black.
Yeah.
I should have wore black with like stripes going down in black.
Yeah. I wore my sweater only because it's actually kind of chilly outside. It gets warm in here, but it's chilly outside. So, yeah. Well, we had an eventful week. Will, I know you raced at the Plex, right?
Yeah, I came up and raced.
And then Emerson and I, we had a planned day off. I asked for this day off way back in February, and he and I went to Thunder Road Hobbies in Moline, Illinois, to go race 8 scale.
Oh, sweet!
And I had 4. It was crazy how that worked out because I actually had 4 tracks to choose from. It ended up being 4 tracks. So Emory Raceway in or Emory RC, it's in Wichita. They actually were having their first series race. Kansas City was having the Ignite RC series round 1 on Saturday. FTR, Van Dalen's track, was having their race, and that's where we had actually planned to go. And then Thunder Road was racing. And what happened was I had planned to take Emerson out of school. Like, we weren't even going to go to school. We were just going to wake up early at 9 a.m. We were going to go drive the 6 hours or whatever it takes to get to Minnesota, practice, Friday night, and then turn around, race Saturday, and then come home because I had to work on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And then he informed me that he could not miss school on Friday. Well, Emerson wouldn't have cared, put it that way. Yeah. But his grades would have suffered because he would have missed a very important math test. And so, and he'd already missed kind of a lot of days of school. Not as many lately, but earlier this year, like when we went to South Carolina, he actually got a Saturday detention because he was gone so many days. It's pretty funny.
That was a story my whole senior year of high school, by the way.
So unfortunately, Minnesota was out because we couldn't leave until after school, and so then we would have gotten there like 10:30, and I just honestly didn't feel like not being able to practice at least somewhat on Friday because Emerson's never actually raced our own vehicles outside before. When I went to State Line to run the last King of Kings race, I took Emerson with me, and they let him borrow a car and raced and he seemed to really enjoy it. But that was 2 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
So then I had to choose. So then I started looking at the weather, and it looked like the Moline, Illinois was probably the least chance of rain during race time. They were supposed to get rain late. And it looked like Kansas City. I honestly, every time I go to Kansas City, it rains. So I was like, maybe that was in the back of my mind anyways. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to go down there and get rained on. And then Wichita was so last minute, I forgot that I didn't even realize that they had a race going on, that going the other way, just, you know, we had already planned to go there. Plus, they have in-laws in Cedar Rapids. So that's why we went there. And it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
It was a pretty good time.
How is the size of that track compared to Kansas City's outdoor track?
I think Kansas City's a little bit bigger.
Okay.
It's probably the same width, but the length is definitely, Kansas City's definitely got them on length. And, yeah, other than that, the track was, Friday, there was no water or anything. They just let people go out there and run on it, so it looked really rough and gritty on Friday, very dusty. So I have a video that we have that we'll get up at some point. I got it like halfway edited in my phone, and you'll see Friday super dusty. Then the actual race day wasn't that bad, really, once the track got watered and prepped a little bit. So,
What tires did you use?
well, J Concepts didn't have a whole lot in stock when I ordered tires through the team account. So I was really searching for outdoor tires that they actually had, and I ended up getting green compound blockers, and then I got R2 and Aqua reflexes.
Okay.
And my thought process with that was, we'll run the greens in qualifying, and then we'll put on the long wear tires for the main.
Yeah.
Well, on Friday, I saw the track, and I was like, well, shoot, I don't want to burn up our greens. So I rolled the R2 reflexes on there on Emerson's car, and you could tell that they weren't hooking up quite as good as I would. I mean, it's been so long since we ran outdoors. Maybe they did, but I just didn't want to burn up a set of tires right away.
Yeah.
And they actually held up pretty good. They didn't really wear that much. But then Saturday we went to the green compound blockers, and on e-buggy, I never took them off my car, and they look really good actually on my car. And
So
the way
was it a wetter track
nope,
that day?
not really.
Just wasn't as dusty.
Yeah, it just wasn't as, so they watered at the start of every round. So, and e-buggies ran first. So the e-buggies kind of grooved up the track, and then the nitro cars ran, and the track definitely dried out. But the groove actually looked like an outdoor groove at that point. Whereas the day before, it was like super dusty everywhere. So, but yeah, for that, Emerson, we ran R2s first, and then I put greens on for a second qualifier, and then he was in the B main. I'm like, well, let's just leave the greens on. And dude, after that 20-minute main, the greens still look good. The blockers still look really good. So I'm gonna simple green them. I'm putting them in a bag and saving them for regionals.
Cool.
So,
How long of a drive is it?
it was 4.5 hours. It wasn't too bad. And we got there at like about 4:30 on Friday and practiced till 7. And then we went to our in-laws house in Cedar Rapids and spent the night, and then left early in the morning. And they did a really good job getting through the races. They cut out a third round of qualifying because they were afraid of getting rained on. And it looked, right before the mains, it looked like it was going to rain on us, and we weren't even going to be able to run. But it held off, and we actually got through all the races. And then we started to get rained on the way home right around Cedar Rapids, about an hour away. So
with that front moving in, was it cold?
it was very cold.
Yeah.
I didn't even put any pants in my bag. I was wearing shorts, and I was cold. I was like, man, what are we doing? So Emerson wore his cowboy boots.
Yeah. I bet that was neat.
Yeah, he complained about marshalling in cowboy boots, and I'm like, well, you're the dumbass that brought cowboy boots. Like, what are you doing?
His shit kickers?
Yeah. So, hey, Will, did you know that this program is brought to you by Pivot Lending Group?
Yeah, I've heard that. I think I knew that. Yeah.
It is. And what you can do is you can get a hold of Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad.
What's up?
And you can get 0.125 off your interest rate or $500 lender credit if you mention our show, if you do a refinance or home loan.
Yep. It's a good time to do it.
Yep. Let me tell you something about homes. So Tom Smith has been asking me about homes in my neighborhood, and I've told him, dude, I'll keep an eye out. And I have clicked on 4 different houses that had a for sale sign in them the first day that I found them, and they were gone the next day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
crazy.
As you gravitate closer to Colorado because of California, the actual selling price is going like 10-20% over asking, which they've just got cash coming in.
Yeah. We were tempted to sell our house, but then we were like, well, what do we do?
Yeah, that's the problem.
So, plus I like our house. Will, I just got done making a crawler. Well, not done, but I added another section of my crawler course in the backyard.
Oh, nice. That'll up the resale value.
Yeah. I spent $80 on rock today.
I think between that and like your house jumping ramp,
I know.
I think the value would go up.
I had there's a rock. They call it the Rock Place, and it's I'm pretty sure it's where like every landscaper in Omaha gets their rock from. And I've gone there twice, and I've spent about $100 each time. And
out off West Dodge.
Yeah. It's really nice. They got lots of stuff there, and I this time I loaded up on lava rock because it's lighter, so I figured I could get more for my money.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really grippy, very grippy.
No. Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Very porous.
Porous. Hey, okay, Will. Tomorrow's the day.
Yeah, you getting the scooter?
Yeah.
What are you paying for it?
I don't want to say over the.
Oh, then tell me later.
I'll tell you later, but I don't want to tell everybody what I'm paying for it.
Oh, that's fine. Did you get a deal?
Not as much as you wanted me to get.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's fine. If I wouldn't have bought that, would you try to buy it?
Yeah, I'd have bought it.
I was wondering.
You can't find those.
Yeah,
those are hard to find.
What color is it?
Yamaha Vino. I'd rather have a 2-stroke one, but
right. I've never actually ridden a motorcycle or a scooter type before, so I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah.
But I know how to ride a bike, so.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Have you seen the Trail 125 Honda?
Yeah, I have.
That thing's cool looking.
It's like the old, like a new version of the Trail 70.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. I don't know.
Does that have the same handlebars? Remember the old Trail 70 handlebars?
Well, not the ones that you're thinking of that fold up.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of.
I'm thinking the ones that were like, kind of went like this, you know?
Yeah, they'd fold up so you could put the whole bike in your trunk of your car.
Yeah.
But
this one doesn't do that.
This one's more like a Trail 90 size.
Yeah.
The 70 and the 90 look the same. The 90 was bigger, and I think there was a Z50, and the Z50 was tiny, but you could plate it and stuff.
I got lost in the YouTube rabbit hole last night on scooter videos, and I stumbled upon that, and I was like, "Whoa, that's really cool." How come I'm not trying to find one of those?
I saw a monkey, the scooter, a Honda Monkey.
Yeah, I want to buy one of those.
Yeah, I saw one at the Walmart parking lot the other night. Those are pretty sick.
Yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on one yet, but
yeah, how expensive are those new?
They're like probably $4,500.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're actually. Yeah. The one at Dillon Brothers was like $49 something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's the weight limit?
I don't know. You could probably ride it. You'd be fine on it.
Yeah, it looks fun, man.
My Vino I'm getting is red.
Red.
And it's got a windshield in the front to block me from bugs.
A jammer is wind jammer.
A windjammer.
Yeah, those are called wind jammers.
So I'm gonna get that in a helmet tomorrow, and then I'll be all set.
Wild Hogs. You and Will.
And Margie's got a scooter.
Yeah, totally, man. A gang.
She's got a Genuine.
Well, my neighbor, and then his two friends, and I rode a little bit last night, because they have scooters. His brother bought one on Amazon, and it was like it was 150cc, but it was shipped to your door for like $1,500. Like, and it comes in a crate. It's just bizarre. And it got there before the title got there too, I guess.
Oh man, oh, that is kind of weird. It's pretty crazy what you can buy now on Amazon.
Yeah,
all that stuff. A boat came on Marketplace today. I made the mistake of looking for one of those little 2-seater, like 10-foot bass buggies on Marketplace not too long ago. And now I get Marketplace like pings for boats, and a 15-foot bass tracker came on today in Lincoln for $1,800, which is way cheap. Maybe it was a scam or something. I don't know. But I was like, oh, what? Because back when I got my mountain bike, we'll get to RC here in a minute. But back when I got my mountain bike in 2014, my first one, I was this close to buying either a boat or a mountain bike, and I chose mountain bike because I was like, well, boat is cool, but a mountain bike, maybe I can get in shape. So I went that way. But I almost put a down payment on a bass tracker back then. And I'm glad I didn't, because I don't have any place to put it.
Stacy and I almost did the same thing
Yeah.
when the kids were little. When we first moved to Blair, because everybody was going out on the river, and we thought that would be kind of cool. I'm so glad we didn't. We probably would have capsized for sure.
Well, what do we got going on this week? So we should talk about what's new with the Plex really fast before we get to racing, and we'll let Will talk about racing because I wasn't there. But on Saturday, we had a Saturday delivery while I was gone of the new SR10 dirt oval car from Team Associated.
Oh yeah,
and
those will sell quick.
I hope so. And I want to do an unboxing on it. I'm pretty sure it's just like a shorter DR10, basically.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think it uses most of the same parts. I think chassis is a little bit small, like lengthwise a little bit shorter. And I kind of would like to see. It never works out with these guys, but I would like to see that possibly used as a like an intro class.
That class, yeah.
You know, it'd be nice. It's already brushless. You shouldn't have to do anything. Maybe change tires.
What's the price point?
Yeah, it'd be neat if that became like the Slash of oval.
The body looks cool too. I think it's cool looking. Plus, you can use any of the street stock bodies on it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I want to do an unboxing on that. I'll try to do one tomorrow. I work Sunday, but we were busy as always on Sunday, so it's not fair for me to try to squeeze one of those in, and then people come in and they're really uncomfortable. Like they don't want to interrupt me or whatever when I'm totally, we'd be totally cool if it'd be like, yeah, we could do this later. And then it looks like certain shops are getting at least the roller version of the Losi drag car.
Oh, wow.
So
that's something that's been talked about for a while.
Yeah, I'm curious. I might swing by the shop on the way home because it is on my way home, and just to see if maybe they came and either, hopefully not, because otherwise they're just sitting in a box somewhere. But I wouldn't be surprised if I get one either today or tomorrow. Yeah. And then I'll definitely do an unboxing on that. And then there's a few more images of the drag slash that came out this weekend, but still no underbody shots.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those yet.
But they did show the 6 colors.
Yeah, what colors are they?
Oh, geez. Red, white, blue, green, orange, maybe black. Is that 6? I don't know.
5.
Sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right. But
I think it's like 6. Yeah.
dude, we have like 6 to 8 of those in every color on back order.
Yeah.
But we're pretty certain they're all going to sell. So.
Oh yeah, you're gonna sell that.
Yeah. And then I think that's it for new stuff right now that people have been patiently waiting for. Because, I think that the COVID thing is still kind of going on. I think there's that microchip shortage, and I have a feeling that that's affecting our industry in the speed controller realm.
Oh yeah, especially the drag racing part of it.
Yeah. And something's got to be up with tires.
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody's having a hard time filling the molds, it seems like.
Maybe raw material?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, you get oils and all of that stuff coming across supply chains.
So, yeah, because it comes in like the material that's used to mold the tire, it comes in like a big cake almost, and then it's like mixed from there. But yeah, it's probably like on a boat somewhere.
Yeah. Have to be. Well, let's see. What else is there? Silver States this weekend. I'm thinking about doing a watch party on Sunday like I did for the Dirt Nitro Challenge.
For Silver State?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Where are you doing it at? Your house?
Just at home.
What day is that?
Be Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah. If they get the turnout like they did for the Nitro Challenge, most of the mains will still be going on by the time they get home from work.
Yeah.
So, I think what I did last time, because I don't want to get a copyright anything, is I won't have it up on our screen, but I'll have the live RC coverage on my TV, and then I'll have my live stream going, and then we can all just talk about what's going on.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then I can work on stuff at the same time. Probably need to do that anyways. But that was fun. That was really fun because last time you had Ashton, Abdul doing well, and Mason and
Do you have
Jared.
any locals that we know are going to that?
Tom Rennerneck's going for sure because I talked to him this weekend. He was at Thunder Road breaking a new car, and not sure about Ashton. I think Ashton's being distracted right now by 2 other things, and I know Mason's going. And I'm not sure about anybody else. I know the main ones are. I know Tom and Aiden, or Tom and Mason. Aiden Horn, he posted a bunch of stuff. All those guys, the regular Nitro guys.
Yeah, the usual crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm fascinated by what they can do with that indoor. With that indoor facility. So.
Oh yeah, I thought that would be a sweet Nitro race to go to. Because they had it 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, they had it 2 years ago.
Is it the same building?
That I'm not really sure on. I'm not sure if they moved it or not. I know the arena that they're in is pretty gargantuan.
Because it's attached to the casino, right?
Yeah.
And the hotel and
Yep.
stuff.
Legit.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
And I think the rooms are really cheap too. So I think it's like a win-win for everybody, basically.
RC racing and a casino all kind of in one area.
Yeah. It's probably a good thing I'm not going.
Yeah, racing in Vegas has always been badass for everybody that goes. Like when Scotty was doing those races there. I mean, that was a really, really cool deal. The only thing that was a kind of a turnoff was the weekend because it wasn't like Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of watched a few of those.
That was like the only time that they could get it.
The off-road one was a couple years. I know in 16, because this was when I was still with Roar, they needed somebody to go be in the IFMAR meeting, and I got drafted. And so I flew. So this is a funny story. We're just kind of winging it today. I jacked up my knee earlier that week, jumping my bike. Emerson and I were at Tranquility Park, and they had this jump that used to be better, but then somebody blew it up or something, like they sabotaged it. So they took out
the Baja challenge.
Well, no, yeah, basically somebody had cut it.
Yeah.
And because it used to be a wooden tabletop. So you had this, and I could do it, even though I wasn't very good at it, but I could do it. And it was a big gap. It had a tabletop landing. So if you came up short, you would land on the tabletop and jump off. Well, somebody cut it and ruined it. And so they took it away. Well, then Emerson and I get up there, and Emerson's like, "Hey, watch this." And this is 5 years ago. So he would have been 9 years old. And he's just sending it off of this jump. And then he's like, "Dad, you got to do it." And I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, sorry, I'm going to hurt myself. And he's like, I'll do this one if you do this one. And so basically I got peer pressured into trying to do this jump. And so I did this jump, and like I knew I was gonna, because I suck at it, I was way too far forward on the bike, came up really short. My front wheel, I endoed, rode the front wheel into the face of the next jump, slammed it super hard, got all tangled up in the bike. I messed up my meniscus in my right knee, and then the left side of my entire body after that, even my face, was all jacked up, right? And so 3 days later, I had to get on a plane and go to Vegas to be in this meeting.
Where you were totally shredded.
And I could barely walk. And so I went to this meeting. Well, anyways, so Scotty had the on-road race going on, and I had to give Paul Lemieux something. I can't remember what it was, but I had to give him something. So after the meeting, I drove up to the, was it Wingate? Westgate? Whatever it was, really far up the strip. Walked in, and they allowed me to eat from the buffet, which was pretty awesome, even though I didn't pay for the race or anything like that. And and that was cool. Dropped all that off. And then I made a mistake. My plane was right back the next day at like 6 a.m. in the morning. And so I didn't even get a hotel. I parked in that hotel's parking garage. And then I decided, well, I'm just going to go to the strip. And so I walked to the tram, took the tram down to the strip, went to the Twin Peaks, somewhere near the Hard Rock Cafe or whatever. And then,
coldest beer in town.
Then thought, hey, how about I just walk back to the car? And because I couldn't find the tram again, I didn't know where to get on. And so with my stupid busted up knee, I walked all the way back up from like where the Hard Rock is, all the way past Circus, and turned to get to this thing. And it was like 2:30 a.m. in the morning by the time I got there. And it was, and also I'd like to say, kind of sketchy. When you get that far up there and you're in the dark, and they had this like, one of the casinos that they gave up building, it was just there, and it was like half built. Anyway, short story, I slept in the car. I turned on the alarm, and I kept my rental car on so that my phone wouldn't die. And I slept in my car for 3 hours, and then I drove to the airport and got on the plane, came home, and I had lots of Advil PM because A, my knee hurt really bad, and B, I needed to sleep on the plane. So,
yeah,
direct flight.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go.
Dude, when we were in Arizona, we were in a super sketchy area for the races a couple months ago, and in one of the local racers, the parents rented a car and it got ripped off. I'm not exaggerating. Came to the race, they're like, dude, the car got ripped off.
So yeah, you're right, dude. Vegas and cars. See, the problem is I like to gamble, and luckily I don't gamble that much anymore. So, but if you put me in front of a blackjack table, I'll probably go to it. So, yeah, it's probably a good thing I don't go to that race. All right, let's take an early pivot lending break so that I can go to pee.
Yep, and I'm gonna dip out actually.
And David's gonna leave. Yep. And then we'll get to the races, and then we'll take any questions. You guys that are online right now, I think there's 18 of you. So the rules, of course, for the Hobbyplex show is if you have a question or a comment or something like that, we'll get to it at the end. Otherwise, you can always interrupt us with a super chat, and then we'll stop everything we're doing and answer it. So
I might super chat you on the way home.
Yeah, we love super chats. So
get like a $50 super chat going on the way home.
Yep. Aiden Olson is graduating high school, and so his graduation party is this Saturday after races for me. But
neat.
Yeah, for all you can attend.
I'm gonna probably go and ride mountain bikes in the morning, and then I don't know if I'm gonna race or not because Jackson has his. And I gotta go to his too.
Yep. Yeah, Jackson decided to have his at the same time. Sorry, Jackson, but I got an invite from this guy before I got an invite from you. So
well, hopefully you guys can
at
make
the same time.
Yeah, and I have to work, so I have to run races. So it's one or the other.
Hey, we're close though.
That's
Blair
true.
and Bennington, we're right down the road.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah, I will tell you guys this. We have, especially Will. We have a table set up for RC, that's displaying a bunch of stuff, but there are just a bunch of pictures of the two of you guys. I mean, basically it's like 10 years of racing, and we put them into, my wife did, put them into like 4 different books. And Will, we have the B5M that you gave Aiden for the national race next to his trophy, so that'll be displayed up there. And
it's nice.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, you guys have the whole racing community has been so great with him. So yeah, hopefully all you folks can make it up.
I just realized Emerson's gonna be a freshman next year.
Woo.
4 years. What the hell am I gonna do after he's gone? I have no idea.
You're gonna cry.
I'm gonna be bored out of my mind.
After he's gone, he's gonna be living with you forever.
I hope not. No, I'm kicking him out. That ain't gonna happen. He's got till 20 years old.
That's
Get out
it?
of here. Go away.
Oh man, I want my kids to stay there forever.
No, I know.
Won't.
I want grandbabies. Give me some grandbabies. I'll be totally happy.
Yeah, totally.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
Okay.
So it's good seeing you guys.
Yep.
David Olson, thanks for all the support. And you guys do a great job on the show. I travel a lot, and one of my favorite things to do is to kick back and listen to you guys on the flights. I laugh my ass off all the time. Will, your laugh is contagious. It's pretty funny, and just inappropriate comments is even funnier.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Well, we haven't gotten yelled at by the big dog yet, so we're not doing too much inappropriate comments. So
no,
we haven't been canceled yet.
Yeah, we haven't been canceled.
It's always good.
Yeah, no, you guys keep it up, man. It's fun to listen to, and so yeah. All right.
Okay.
Deuces.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. See you guys.
Margie. Pivot lending.
Yeah, we're rolling. Here we go.
Okay.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This is a Pivot Lending Update with David Olson and Don Zoller. Get some.
Hi, this is David Olson with Pivot Lending, and with me today is
Don Zoller.
Nice
and
work.
we just wanted to give everybody listening the backstory on Pivot Lending and maybe what separates us
You can't look at
from
yourself.
our competitive
It's like
marketplace.
Zoom. You just kind of.
Pivot Lending, we're going on our
Disassociate.
20th year, and we're a mortgage banking company. We're different
Yeah.
in a few ways that we have divisions of sub-servicing, divisions of third-party origination. We have a marketing team in one division. We also have business development. We work business to business, whether it's with a community bank or a credit union. We also work the retail side of the spectrum. So we're working with a lot of realtors. We're working with a lot of builders. There's a number of different ways that our organization has diversified as opposed to a standard mortgage banking company that's just generating a mortgage to the market and to sell it or potentially service it. We internally underwrite all of our loans in-house. We have 5 underwriters. We're big enough to play in the larger spaces, but small enough to be a boutique operation. We've got about 100 employees right now. We are in California, Arizona. We have offices also in Wichita. We're in Kansas City, Omaha, Colorado. Inside Colorado, we're in Denver, Boulder, and opening up in Colorado Springs. We're kind of excited and growing. We're moving into the New England market with a big partnership that also is a mortgage service provider to 234 different credit unions in the New England states. So a lot of things happening, and having Dawn locally is a huge advantage for everybody in the RC community. I know that not only myself, but the owner of the company, Brian Ottaviano, he's a hobby fan. He flew quite a few remote control airplanes and loves that piece of it. He also follows Aiden, my son's racing. And so it's great to be able to weave in the hobby into what we're doing, and to be able to get back to the hobby because of the things it represents, I think are similar to things that we represent.
David Olson, NMLS 16099. Don Zoller, NMLS 277589. Pivot Lending, NMLS 109995.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Did you just die?
Yeah.
Margie left her mic on during the pivot lending break,
My bad.
Oh, really?
and then she forgot to turn mine on for the pin and pivot lending return.
I keep hitting the wrong buttons.
Clearly, my sister's not really an engineer.
Also, Richard is
That's
awesome
cool.
at this.
Yeah, Richard's way better at this than she is. So, like, but hey,
You're
you know
doing
what?
Fine, Margie. You're doing
Yeah,
fine.
Margie's doing just fine. It's fine. I don't think Richard is feeling well.
He was, yeah, he's feeling a little, he's sleeping, and I woke him up, and now he's back asleep. Oh, yeah.
What? He's sick?
He's got a little headache and sinus, thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring his mask back. Speaking of that, by the way, I found it, and then Gretchen washed it, so he's gonna have a nice, fresh, clean mask when I come back next week.
Yay.
Yeah,
Fresh mask.
I'm.
Do you guys hear this?
Yeah, I can. I can totally hear that. I'm trying to decide if I should send this. I've got a friend that I haven't actually spoken to since junior high, and
Yeah.
she put on here something about how she's going to start deleting all the fake people and all the stuff that's talking about her behind her back and all that other stuff. And honestly, I was like, I just typed, "I'm just here for the pictures." I don't know. Is that good? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. You should do it, though.
I'm debating that one. Well, I also took a picture of myself being funny and just being like, okay, I don't know. I'm just going to put it away. Hey, let's talk about racing.
Yeah, just put it away. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So how did it go Saturday?
Yeah, it went all right. Zlagny did a good job.
Good.
So Zlagsneeze, is that how you say his name?
Zelazny.
Zelazny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Good. Well, we'll be back to regular program. We got another Family Friday off-road this Friday, and then we got Saturday racing with me there. So he'll run Friday. I'm running Saturday. And then the following week is Summer Series. Poof, just like that.
Yeah, it's coming up. Big time.
I'm excited. I'm racing 40 plus mod, and Emerson's going to race mini truggy all season.
You're not gonna race regular modified anymore again?
No,
Why not?
I'll let you guys do that. I like.
I can't wait till I'm 40.
I like the club racing mod when I get to mix it up with everybody and get humbled every single week now, usually by a lap.
Yeah.
So, but no, I want to be able to announce those races now.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
I'm bringing up results. Meantime, we got our first super chat in a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. What do we get, and who's it from, and how much?
Nick Nuthouse, $10. Does spring compression weight make that big of a difference in buggy shocks? Rebuilding shocks after destroying the fronts. Wasn't sure if I should change spring weights.
Spring weights, huh? Well, I mean, what spring were you running?
Yeah, that's
In
so.
what car?
Pretty sure it's associated.
Yeah. And what surface?
Our surface would be our track.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I think springs can wear out, can't they? Can't they change rates over time?
Yeah, they'll wear out. I match my. So I used to buy like 5 sets of springs and match them. So, I just took a scale, like a gram scale, and then compressed the spring like a certain amount, and then at that same compression, it'd be like, we'll say 1/4 inch. You'd lower the quill on a mill. So like the down feed, like if you're gonna drill something on a mill,
yeah,
you can put I have this part that I put in a collet that squares the spring up, and you set the spring on a scale on the vise, and you lower the quill, and that much tension, all those numbers should be the same,
right?
But it's gonna change. It's gonna put more tension into the scale if the spring's stiffer and less if it's softer. So that's how you can match springs. And I've had some springs that, are kind of older. Maybe your track runs in one direction all the time, and the outside spring will be a little softer than the inside one. So, springs can wear out. I put new springs on my car probably every, if I'm club racing every weekend, probably every 3 or 4 months, I'll put a new set of springs on my car.
Don't you think that, generally speaking, you go to a stiffer spring to increase traction?
You can. I mean, it just depends on the surface and that day. It's just different, all the time. If you have too stiff a rear spring, your car will wheelie and stuff because it's pushing the rear tire into the track harder and not collapsing the suspension. It's just driving the tire into the track.
Yeah.
So you can get more grip with a stiffer spring. It's just one of those balancing act things. And you can do the same thing with shock oil too. You keep stiffening up your shock oil, it's just going to drive the tire into the track harder.
Yeah. And then we generally run stiffer front springs on almost all of our cars, correct?
Yeah, usually.
Than a rear spring.
Yeah, I like at least one rate stiffer in the front. Same with shock oil. I like a 2.5 weight split front to rear, typically. Maybe even 5 weight different. But sometimes if my car is too tight, it won't turn, I'll lighten my shock oil up.
Yeah.
Or drop a spring.
Yep.
Just to free my car up and make it release the corner faster.
So yeah. So basically, I think the question is, wasn't sure if I should change spring weights. I mean, I think if you need something, if you need more steering, you can try a little bit harder front spring, correct?
So it changes where it does it. Usually after the weight transfer happens, it'll have a lot more steering, not initially. So you're looking for your car to be balanced from initial steering to the exit of the corner. So if you run a stiffer spring, it's probably just going to slow down what happens first, and then it's going to speed up what happens later.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, that actually does. That makes a lot of sense.
So it kind of skates around, and then once the weight's on the nose, it depends on how you drive too. I use a lot of brake.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do that is because it sets the car a little differently. It puts the weight on the front for going through a corner, and then it pushes the weight down on exit. So that's why I drive. That's why I drive how I drive.
Is that why I can get away with a little bit softer spring than you usually run? Because I don't.
Probably.
I don't use a lot of brake in the corner.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're pretty numb.
Yeah. Okay. And then Dan Johnson just posted a $4.99 super chat. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Dan.
No question. Just Sid raced her brand new buggy Friday night, and for her first time driving her buggy, she did really well. She also didn't break it. So
it was good.
Yeah. So he posted a picture to a couple of us on Messenger, trying because something was wrong with his car, and I'm pretty sure both of us gave him the same answer, and then he figured it out.
Yeah.
So. So that's pretty good. So racing, we had a really good weekend. I was a little worried, and then stopped being worried. You know? Holy crap. Why is this in the wrong? Oh, there we go. So Family Friday Off-Road, we had 43 entries. And it looks like we had 2 heats of Plex Spec, which is a win for me. That's what my goal is to always have at least 2 heats. As long as we have that, it doesn't really matter to me after that. And Plex Spec, you had Steve Wall taking the win. You had McMullen, Josh McMullen taking second. Cody Kupke finishing third. Isabella did really good up there. Weird. These things are kind of all over the place. Not really sure what this means, but whatever. Then we had Michael Prendergast, Brad Perkins, Tristan Perkins, and Alexander Eichler all in the A main of Plex Spec. And then it looked like they had a pretty good four-wheel drive class. You had Aiden Olson probably running mod, taking the win. And then you had Jackson Anderson, Logan Prismanis doing really good. TJ Williams, Ronnie Went, and Jason Prismanis. And I think that this shows maybe Logan was running technically modified. Because the numbers are kind of messed up. So usually that happens when you put 2 people of different classes into the same heat. Mm-hmm. Then there was a 2-wheel drive class, and again you had Aiden Olson up front, but obviously running mod. TJ Williams looks like he had a good Friday. Ronnie Went was right there behind him. Josh McMullen, Jackson Anderson, Steve Wall, and Dan Johnson. And then it looks like they had a mini truggy. Ronnie, TJ, and Steve Wall. I bet you TJ was running his stadium truck. And then an e-buggy class with Caleb Singh, Logan Prismanis, and Caden Hutchins. And I think Caleb and Logan both have e-truggies, not 8-scales buggies. That's like Friday night repellent for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just if you don't want me to come to Friday nights, just race 8-scale electric truggy.
Saturday was good. Looks like there was 42 entries, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. That makes for a nice, easy day. 7 heats again. There was a heat of Plex Spec. And Dylan Haas taking the win. Nice job, Dylan. This is the first time I've seen the results. That's John Haas's kid. Michael Prendergast got the double day, so he was there Friday and now Saturday, getting second. Brian Hart was third. Alexander Eichler was fourth, and Kobe McCormick was fifth. So good job, Dylan. Really good job. Stock buggy looked like we had a couple guys coming down from up north to kind of fill in those heats. Easton McCormick's a bit on a roll with that new Losi car. So taking the win here. John Kinzer was second. TJ Williams finishing third in front of David Peevler. What happened? Did you watch this one? What happened to Dave? Because David was your TQ, and he finished fourth.
Really? No, I didn't watch that one.
I'll have to go back and watch Rod Case's videos. I watched a little bit of the 13.5 race, and I watched a little bit of the Mod 2-wheel race. Mm-hmm. I'll have to go back and watch this one. Caden Berdine was 5th. Rob Connor was 6th. John Berdine was 7th. And Sarah Carney was 8th. Looks like David led the first 4 laps, and then after that.
The track was kind of difficult on Saturday. There'd just be for whatever reason, your car just flip over in some areas.
Yeah,
I don't know if there was it's getting pretty track monstery.
It is, and that'll get cleaned up next week. So this week I'm not doing anything. We're just going to drive on it. If something needs an outright repair, obviously that's what Tuesdays are for me. But my summer series prep will be next week, and the track, anything that needs to be smoothed out will definitely get back into place. The track takes a beating during the week, a big one.
Yeah,
and it's funny because Chance and Delaire, Ethan, they came down on a weekend on I think it was last Sunday. It was last Sunday. Maybe it was during the week. Anyways, and as they were leaving, he's like, dude, now I get what you're saying. He's like, there's 6 Creightons out here today.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happens. You get those guys with those big monster trucks and stuff, and they try to stay in the lanes and all that, but they just start doinking into the track every which way, and yeah, it can definitely get a little track monstery.
Yeah.
And the track was actually pretty fun. I was breaking in Emerson's 8 scale on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I stayed till I stayed pretty late on Wednesday trying to make sure I got fuel through his car, and even with an 8 scale, the track wasn't that bad. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
I definitely had to go wide to do the triple, just like with my mod 2 wheel. 4-wheel drive mod, you had John Kinzer, Mitchell Pavel, Brandon Carney, and Aiden Olson doesn't show any laps, so he was either working or had a problem with his car. But Kinzer and Mitchell had 17, and Brandon Carney, who I don't think runs on dirt very often, got 16 laps, so about a lap back.
Yeah. I think that was his first time running on dirt.
Yeah, I think that's right. 13.5 4-wheel drive. I kind of watched this one a little bit. It looked, but behind third place, it looked kind of messy. But Caden Berdine qualifying second, taking the win. Ashley McCormick finishing second. Ronnie Wint getting a third. Then it was Jana Peevler, John Haas, TJ Williams, Rob Connor, and Josh Ryan. So Caden Berdine doesn't run on dirt very often anymore either, but looks like kind of picking up where he left off. He's a Plex Spec champ, I think.
Yeah.
From 17 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to memorize. I try to keep in my mind all the different Plex Spec winners of the summer series, and I know Caden's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Mod 2-wheel drive. Riley Filbert with another TQ, Club Race TQ. And this time he hung on to it. You finished second. Aiden finished about 6 seconds off of you in third. Brandon Carney, Rod Case, and it looks like Mitchell Pavel didn't start, or at least didn't make the first lap.
I just kept having weird crashes. On the first lap, I crashed and went back to fourth or something.
Yeah.
And I caught all the way back up to Riley, and I his car just kind of stopped at that 180 before the tabletop, and I ran into him, and my car flipped over. I was like, huh, that was weird. And then I reeled him in again, and I was going to try to jump over him on the straightaway, and my car just jumped onto the infield area.
Oh.
It did that thing where it lands on the wrong side of the straightaway.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it.
Well.
So my car was awesome.
What are you doing for tires? Were you conserving tires, or are you breaking them in for the series? I
was running old slicked out stuff.
Because I have
just tires.
I have a set of mounted tires that I broke in last week and never even ran them. Or I didn't even break them in. I heated them up, sauced them, heated them up again, and that was that. I didn't even put them on my car, and I probably should have. So.
Yeah. No, I was running old tires so I have tires for the summer series. But.
Yeah. This week, it's kind of liberating that Emerson doesn't want to race two wheel right now.
Yeah.
Because then I don't have to worry about his car at all.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to run mini truggy. He's really digging the 4-wheel drive stuff. So, so I got to mount up I do have a set of golds. The store actually got in a set of golds. John Haas bought them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was shocked. They came. I saw 2 pairs of golds come in one of the orders. Like, what? Where did these come from? So, but yeah, I'm gonna make sure they don't. That they don't. What am I trying to say? They don't get messed up for his truck, because we're probably gonna have to stretch those out the way Emerson drives. We'll see if that happens or not. But Riley Filbert's been bouncing around. He ran 2 club races here, and then he went up to up north and won that race. And I think he's going back down to his dad's place next week for one of their races, and then he'll be hopefully back for the summer series.
Yeah.
I talked to Rennernecht, and he said that he's going to try to make all of them this year.
Oh, that'll be good.
And that he said he's got people coming. He didn't tell me who, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Aiden back.
Oh yeah.
You know,
probably.
And I thought that Butters was gonna try to make all of them, but I haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah.
Jason. So we'll see. But you know, the summer series is just it's kind of a big deal now, it seems like.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to it. Independent stock. You had TJ and Ronnie. They've been doing this now a couple weeks in a row, first and second. Dylan Haas finishing third. Josh Ryan, Cole Webb, and Eli Webb both in the independent main. Looks like they finished. Oh, Eli didn't, but looks like Cole did. TJ had 2 laps on these guys. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good job. And then finally, a little mini truggy class, it looks like. TJ and Ronnie, once again. John Berdine, John Haas, and Ryan. I think that TJ was running his 2-wheel drive truck. And same thing for John Berdine.
Yeah.
And probably that Ryan Hodgson. I always screw up his last name. But I bet you those guys were running stadium truck. So, but that's it. That's a pretty easy race day, it looked like. What time did you guys get out of there?
5:45.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah.
That was one of the nice things about. So at Thunder Road, they skipped a qualifier. They didn't do the third qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
So we got out of there pretty darn early. I was really happy. I was actually pretty happy with that, because by the second qualifier, you kind of already know who's going to be in the A.
Yeah.
And I got to say, Jared Wiggins is like on next level right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been working hard coming up. I mean, we've known Jared a long time. And I mean, in 2015 at that RC at Rockford, Race MRC, when I ran e-buggy as just a third class to run, I mean, I beat him then. That might have been the last time.
Yeah.
I think that was
I
it.
got him a few times at the Plex.
Yeah.
An 8 scale.
But I'm pretty sure that was it for me, because watching him race now on that outdoor track, and trust me, the Thunder Road track wasn't like beat up, like they didn't take care of it or anything like that. It was just a regular nitro track, so it had holes here and there and ruts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just on another level on that surface. So, I wouldn't be surprised, as long as nothing mechanical gets him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do really well this weekend at Silver State.
I hope he does. That'd be cool.
And he's one of the nice ones. Like, you can go up and ask him anything you want. He'll help you. He's not arrogant or a jerk face.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Definitely.
So
that's why I like to see him do well.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take some questions. I'm going to open this up real fast. Hang on.
Yeah, why don't you open that up real quick?
Oh, yeah. That was really good. I've been saving that. I actually left those here on accident last week. I was going to take them home and work on my stuff all night, and then I realized I left them here, and I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Going back up to the top, let's see. Michael Root was coming in on our video game talk. He's like Mortal Kombat and Tekken. I wasn't allowed to have Mortal Kombat at first, but I ended up getting it anyways. And then Tekken 3 is I'm really good at still to this day. On regular PlayStation 1. What's your favorite fighting game? Did you have one?
I never really played a lot of fighting games. Probably it'd probably used to be Mortal Kombat. That'd be it. I had
a Friday night routine when I got off of work. There was a place here in Omaha called Family Fun Center, and when I moved out, even before I moved out, but usually when I moved out, I'd go home from work, get cleaned up really fast, get in my car, and I'd go to Family Fun Center, and I'd pay $5 to get all the tokens, and I'd usually hang around the Street Fighter games, and get my butt handed to me by all the dudes that sat there longer than I would have playing. But wasn't the Street Fighter versus Capcom? That's one of them.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love that game.
That was one of them.
That was a good one. And then
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The games that I always played, like growing up, was I played the first Zelda game I played was A Link to the Past, and I've logged I don't know how many hours on that when I was a kid, and then Resident Evil, that was the other one.
Yeah.
Dino Crisis.
Oh yeah, Dino Crisis. Basically, Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park, Resident Evil.
Yeah. Huh.
They
forgot about that game.
That game. That's a game that needs to be remade.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, because Dino Crisis is. I mean,
that was a cool game. That was.
I would say like they could have gone either way with Resident Evil or that. Like, pick one.
Yeah.
Like they would have been either one of them would have been really cool. Because like the raptors in that game are just like everywhere, and that big T-Rex that comes blasting through that window when you go to get like the watch or something. It's pretty neat. But I'm kind of all over the place. But the Resident Evil series is probably one of my favorite series. That and the Zelda series, either one.
I replayed Resident Evil 4 like last summer, I think is when I did that. It was pretty fun. Yeah. Quick story about Family Fun Center. So one time they were having this San Francisco Rush tournament, and I was really good at San Francisco Rush arcade game, and I wanted to go really, really bad. And to win, you got a year's supply of Surge. Remember that?
What? Yeah.
Surge Pop. Yeah, it was 365 cans is what you would win. And Sweet 98 was doing it. They were there doing it. And so I had to work that night. I tried to ask it off. Didn't get it off. And I'm like, I'm calling in sick. And so I called in sick. Of course, they didn't believe me. And I was like, no, I'm actually, I don't feel good. So they gave me a bunch of crap. And I'm like, nope, not coming in. Sorry. So I get all dressed. And I think I even took my sister.
Wait. Where were you working?
At Baker's at Saddle Creek in Leavenworth. Yeah. This was pre gamers. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So I worked at a video game store for 3 years. I'm pretty sure this was before that. It might have been after, but I'm pretty sure it was before it because I'm pretty sure. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So I go and I do really, really well, and I'm in the finals. Okay.
Yeah.
And Sweet 98 interviewed everybody in the finals. And so then I'm like, oh, I don't really want to be on. I told him, I'm kind of called in sick from work. I'm not supposed to be here right now. And he was like, oh, we just won't use your name. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he goes on, this is Alex, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, you damn it. No. So anyways, so I'm winning the race. And I'm super stoked. I used the shortcut that I'm really good at. I hit it perfectly. I landed. I was in front of this guy. There was one last corner, and the guy hacked me in a video game in San Francisco Rush. Hacked me for the win. He hacked me to win it. And I've treated it like a mod buggy race where I was just really pure about it. Just like, I'm going to win this outright. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to win it. And the other guy that ended up winning the whole thing hacked me.
Yeah.
So as a consolation prize, I got free tickets to the movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones and that lesbian chick. What's Anne Hash? Is that right?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, yay me.
Man, that's a terrible prize. It's almost worse than a year's time supply of Surge.
Yeah. Oh, man. I was so close to winning that, though. Would have been awesome.
Did you like hit the guy? Like I could see you just like punching the guy because were you like sitting next to each other like in the console? Like
No, you know how I used to be, right? You know how I used to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's just say I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I didn't stomp or anything, but the guy knew I was pissed at him for hitting me.
Yeah.
Put it that way. I locked eyes on him. And I was just like.
Was he like celebrating?
Yeah, he was being a douche about it too. I remember that. He was like rubbing it in. And I was like, dude, you took me out. That's not even worth celebrating. Anyways, it didn't matter. It was a video game and it was free. I didn't have to pay for it. It was nice. All the games were free. It was great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was a fun night. I didn't get busted at work either because nobody listened to the station anyways, or at least not at that time.
Oh, that's good.
Glad I got that off my chest.
That would have been so funny if like the whole like you do that and you get in the finals and you almost win and then you get back to work like so you went and played California Rush.
You know, it's good. It's a good thing there wasn't social media back then because I would have been on Facebook, on everything back then.
Yeah,
telling everybody what I was doing. So, what are we doing? Charles Platt says, "Just wanted to thank you for your awesome service." I think he was directing that towards David Olson and Pivot Lending. There was a lot of Pivot Lending stuff on the chat. So
nice.
We must be working out for them.
That's good.
Jackson says my graduation party's Saturday, so he won't be racing.
What time is it Saturday, Jackson?
Yeah, you got to put something at the bottom here so I can see. I didn't see what it was. Mad Thunder, did you guys get an 8-scale buggy truggy? I just got a car and surprised how much fun it is. So we were supposed to get a Nitro truggy, the new one from Techno. It's not out yet. So I got us a buggy a while back and built that instead. So we'll have all three. I've got an e-buggy, Nitro buggy, and then eventually we'll get a truggy. Emerson really wants to race truggy and not buggy, so probably the Nitro buggy we're running now will be mine eventually. How well did the Mini T and B sell? Is it enough to get more manufacturers to make their own cars? I mean, they sell really well. I don't know about other manufacturers. It'd be really cool if Team Associated came out with like a replica RC10 original. Yeah. In that little small form, like 1/16 scale.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
But I don't see that happening.
Or even if they just made like a tiny B6. That'd be neat. People would buy those.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. John Haas says they won't be racing. It's been 4 weeks in a row. Wife's feeling neglected. I can relate to that. We went and raced on Mother's Day weekend, so it's not like Gretchen was very happy. Actually, she didn't care. Actually, she didn't mind at all. Rod Case says, I want to talk to Aiden Olson's dad about refinancing his house.
Oh, cool.
There you go. TAC BF2 just got the Trinity motor back that was squealing in my mini truggy to ProTech race, and it's still doing it on takeoff. I don't know. I'd have to listen to it then. Not really sure.
Motor squeal, huh?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, this I think that's Joe Anderson. And he had a problem in his truggy, and I was like, it's got to be your motor. And he said he just bought it brand new, and I'm like, well, you better send it in. But it sounds like it's still doing it, so I can't imagine what else it would be.
Yeah.
Steve RC says that he saw the video on replacing the motor in the Centon, had to follow it to find the motor shaft was loose and toasted at the spur gear. So that's good. The Arma stuff, dude, my Arma how-to videos, man. The one to replace the shock is like 17,000 views now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
John says Saturday was fun. It went by really fast, so that's good. He said Dylan was super happy, super stoked about it. Mad Thunder wants to know, do we like motocross?
Yeah, it's all right.
I do. I follow Supercross more than motocross. Just because of the tracks. There's something about Supercross that relates to RC a lot when it comes to the track,
right.
the track build itself. So I kind of tend to follow Supercross more.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Tomac? Eli Tomac's not going to be with Kawasaki next year.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. Probably just the cycle of kind of like RC. The cycle of sponsorship changes.
Does he know, or does anybody know where he's going yet?
I haven't seen or read anything yet, so I don't know what color. I don't know what color he'll be next year.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they're saying Malcolm Stewart might be in line to be on a Kawasaki next year too, in his place or something like that. Let's see. Riley said he'll be back for the summer series. Jackson wants to know whether gold's coming in anytime soon at the Plex. We have we have gold. We have a buttload. That's the correct term of gold dirt webs in the front dirt webs.
Nice.
But no rears yet. No rear ellipses back in stock yet. So hopefully, I'm going to email J Concepts this week again and see if we can snag some if they have any.
Mm-hmm.
So, Guilty Gear. I forgot about that game. That's another good one.
Never heard of that.
I vaguely remember it. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a fighting game. Yeah. I used to have a Neo Geo Pocket.
You did?
Yeah, that Metal Slug on Neo Geo Pocket was a really good game.
Huh.
It was like one of the only 2 games that were out for that little thing, but I that's one of the ones that I feel stupid for trading back in.
Yeah.
So
I still have an original PlayStation Portable.
Oh, that's really good. Where are we at? Nicholas Petrazak wants to know, what do you think of the new B6, Alex? I think it's great. Last club race, I actually got a chance to play with some stuff and ended up putting the rear pills and the all that kind of right back to where it started. I seemed to go the fastest and didn't crash. When I started changing stuff, I started crashing a lot and didn't go very fast. So I think the stock setup is pretty close.
Yeah, no, it is.
John Haas wants to know, I've been having Dylan run independent on slower club race days in addition to Plex Spec. He really enjoys it. Great experience. Do you think he'd be okay running independent in the summer series or hold off? That's tough.
Yeah.
Because there's something special about being able to win Plex Spec at the summer series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't get the opportunity to at least compete for that, then you end up, I don't know, it's almost like he's missing out on that for a year.
Exactly.
I think club racing put him in independent, but for the summer series, that experience would be good towards Plex Spec. Plus, Plex Spec at Summer Series is a little bit different than club racing too. It's not nearly as bash and crash.
Yeah.
Usually.
Right.
So, yeah. I'd say put him in Plex spec for the series.
Yeah, I would.
I think he'll, because then, you know, if he's one of those kids that's able to come on and really actually win that, then you get a poster too. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I gotta get ordered. I gotta get on that. Okay, we're almost done. Wade Aronson wants to know, he says, thanks for coming to Thunder Road Hobbies last Saturday. Hope you had a good time and enjoyed the track. I did. And we'll be back at some point when it works out schedule-wise this summer. Big Dude wants to know... Yeah, dude, you need to get your 8 scale back together and come race with us.
Yeah.
Big Dude wants to know, worth building a track without a shop for a monthly fee? Kind of... I think that one depends on where it's at and how many other tracks are around you to compete with.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for the Plex store, the track wouldn't be there. I can tell you that right now.
Yep.
So
it's almost like you have to have a group of guys that are willing to split the rent of a building and work on it, you know, and have a group of guys go in on a loan together or rent, or however you rent a building. I've never done it before, but find a building that you can bring dirt into if you're doing dirt,
if you're even doing indoor. I think an outdoor track would be easier to find and pay for, but then you also run into the problems that we used to have where you get rained out and then you can't race for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah, outdoor tracks, like, you just have to make it easy where you don't have to do a lot of maintenance. If you had like an indoor track, when I hear monthly fee, I think indoor, just because the only way you're going to be able to use it, because like anybody could go over there when there's nobody there and just use the track if it was outdoor. But like, you know, when I hear monthly fee, I think indoor. And you almost have to have like a core group of guys that could carry the rent of the building, and then you know, you each like pretty much split the whatever you could bring in. You know, you'd have to do it because you just want somewhere to drive your car at, essentially.
Yeah.
And the more people you can get to come in and race or practice or whatever, the better. The no hobby shop, like, you're eventually going to have a hobby shop. Like, you're going to sell tires or something. Something. You're going to have some way. There's some things that you're going to end up having to sell, but to make it work. But because you're going to have new people that want to come race, I would think.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could work. It just would take a lot of work, and you know, you pretty much, if you break even, you're going to, you know, be doing pretty good.
Yeah. It does stink to not have the bare necessities as far as parts go. I remember back when Rob Connor had the Winter Circle, there was no shop connected to that track, period. And I think that's one of the reasons why it failed eventually, because the rent, they kept jacking the rent up on them, and the race entries would fluctuate so much and obviously drop off in the summertime that he eventually just poured his own money into it and was eventually losing money. So he tried to get some parts in, but by that time, you know, it's kind of too late. Plus, nobody really knew that he had parts for sale. He didn't really do a good job of telling everybody that he's got this little room that if you need a motor or if you need brushes or something like that. So, you know, that's about it. I think that's all that's on there. So I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I probably wouldn't do it if it was me. Without a shop, it's tough. So it's hard with a shop, put it that way. So, okay. I think that's it. Hey, this is always brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. You can find pivotlending.com. We had David Olson here earlier. You can get a hold of him. That's Aiden Olson's dad, or Don Zoller, and mention our show. get $500 lender credit or 0.125 off your interest rate. We both have to. Well, I don't know what Will's doing, but I'm going to go back home and I'm going to start getting my 10 scale stuff ready to go and get ready for racing this week and get ready to gear up for that epic, important summer series that we all love every single year. So,
yeah.
Next week I'll probably work on the track Monday night and then all day Tuesday. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Wee. It's been a nice 3 weeks.
What I'm doing.
Nice 3 weeks.
It's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be nice out, isn't it?
It is supposed to be nice out, so that's good. I just it was nice having this 3 weeks of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Where on Mondays I actually have a Monday off, and then on Tuesdays I have like a half day off because I got to go into work at some point on Tuesday it's technically the maintenance day, and then we got crawling. So
Okay.
So, but next week it'll be full on track repair mode and getting that baby all nice and shiny for the first summer series.
Definitely.
So there you go. Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You look tired.
I am.
I know. I'm sorry.
I wasn't my usual self this evening.
That's okay. I was that way last week.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty perky today. I got my second shot on Wednesday and got knocked the F over on Thursday from that thing, and then by Friday I was starting to feel better, and today I got to sleep in a little bit, so I'm all refreshed. I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Screw you, COVID. You ain't getting me. All right, we got to go.
Okay.
All right.